everybody, welcome back to my channel. Have you ever had that day, that week, that month where your stress and your anxiety are just a little bit too much to handle and you want a little something to just take it down a notch naturally? Well, today I'm going to show you a mood and energy boosting drink that I like to use on those days where I just feel like the stress is a little bit more than I can handle. So first of all, I'm gonna talk about the ingredients that I'm going to make, and then we're all gonna make it together. All right, so my ingredients are 3 apples. You can use whatever you have on hand. I have 6 stalks of celery, 1 to 2 inches of ginger root. I have 4 cups of spinach and 1 lemon, which I am going to peel this in a minute. So the thing about all these different fruits and vegetables coming together in one juice is it has a lot of magnesium, B vitamins, and vitamin C, which are gonna help maintain your stress level throughout the day. So I'm gonna talk a little bit more about the benefits of those vitamins while I prep these fruits and vegetables. So let's start with B vitamins. They stabilize your mood, they keep your nervous system healthy, and they boost memory and concentration, all very important things. And then there's magnesium, which maintains your nerve and your muscle function, which lowers the effects of anxiety. And then vitamin C is something that your body uses a lot of when you're stressed out, when you're sick, or when you're afraid. So replenishing that and giving your body extra vitamin C eases all of those physical and philosophical effects of anxiety. Something that I really love about juicing is that while this recipe works perfectly for me and it's something that I really like and it tastes really good to me, if there's any personal preferences, you just change it up a little bit. You want a little more lemon, add a little more lemon. You want a little less ginger, do a little bit less of that. You don't maybe want to drink as much, then put a little bit less celery in there because that's where all of your water content is coming from. I just love the versatility of this and I hope you like it too. All right, so now that we've talked about all the ingredients that we're gonna be using and why they are so good for us, I'm gonna go ahead and get started juicing. So this is the juicer that I'm gonna be using today and the one that I've been using the most lately, and this is the AMZ Chef cold press juicer. So the reason why I really like this juicer is because the price point is perfect for somebody who is starting out juicing or kind of wants to get into it or see if it is right for them. It's a really good price point for that. Some other things that I really like about it is that it's really easy to use and it's easy to clean, which is a huge plus for me. And I do really like cold press juicers over centrifugal juicers because it doesn't heat up your fruits and vegetables, so it does maintain a lot of the health components to the fruits and vegetables. So when I'm juicing, I like to start with the things that are going to be probably the hardest to juice and end with the things that are the easiest to juice. I know that the celery sticks are going to be probably the easiest, so I kind of want to try and save those for last or push through anything that has a hard time. I know the greens are kind of going to be the hardest because they are the smallest and the most fragile here. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with these. And a little hack that I like to use is if some of these kind of get stuck in there, like they're going to in any juicer, just because of the size and just kind of how they're just leafy greens. Sometimes I'll just use a celery stick just to push them down because I can push that all the way down in there. Obviously you don't want to use your hands or anything like that. So let's go ahead and start with our spinach. That works so much better. Oh, look at the color of that spinach. It's such a dark green. It's so pretty. So if you feel like your spinach is kind of getting stuck, just do a little bit less spinach just to make sure that it all goes down. But it does, I feel like that's the longest part is getting the spinach in here. I don't know if you can see, but the top of this juicer, it catches like all the extra spinach and things that don't go down. So instead of going out on your counter, it's just kind of maintained in this one area. All right, so next I'm gonna go ahead and do this ginger. And I'm just gonna break it apart just to make it a little bit easier. Nice, and then I'm gonna do my lemon. I feel like the biggest thing about juicing is while you're prepping, just make sure you cut everything the size of your shoot. The shoot of this AMZ Chef is pretty small, so I do need to keep that in mind while cutting things up, just to cut them up a little bit smaller. All right, now I'm gonna do the apples and then the celery last. All right, down to the celery. we are done. So you can see this fits in this cup perfectly, which I really like. This is a 24-ounce cup right here, so that kind of gives you an idea of how much liquid there is. Something that I really do like about this juicer is you can see like the pulp in here. You can see all the different pieces very clearly. They're not all mashed together. They are going out piece by piece. You can see the apple, you can see the pulp of the spinach, you can see the celery and the lemon in here, but you can see it is pretty dry. Like, I don't know if you can see, my hand is dry, and I'm like rubbing this on my hand, and it's not making my hand super wet. So I feel like definitely for this price point, the pulp being this dry, I'm really happy with it. All right, oh, this looks so beautiful. Can you see that? You can kind of see like the layers in here. There is a little bit of foam on top, which I don't mind. Something else that I really like about the cold press juicer is that your juice actually lasts for a lot longer. If you keep it in the fridge, it lasts up to 3 days, whereas if you have a centrifugal juicer, you have to typically drink it within 15 minutes to get all the nutrient benefits. So I really like this option. What I typically would do on a day where I'm going to drink this is fill this up into a mason jar, put a lid on it, and just as I'm walking around the house getting started with my day, I'm just gonna sip on it, and it's really, really refreshing. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour it in this glass so you can see that there is no pulp in here. All right, last thing to do is the taste test. Probably the most important part. Does it taste good? Is it good enough to stomach? I know some of these juices don't taste great, so I like this one. Let's try it. I like that you can taste all of the different pieces. You can taste the ginger, you can taste the lemon, you can taste everything in here, but it's subtle enough. I feel like the celery juice just carries it out so that it's palatable. I really like green juice. I really, really like this, and I definitely notice a difference when I take the time to make this in the morning and to sip it throughout my morning routine. I feel so much better throughout the day. So if you go ahead and give it a try, please leave in the comments below what you thought about it, how you liked it. I'm gonna go ahead and leave the recipe for this juice in the description down below, and I'm also going to leave a link for this specific juicer that I use and I really like in the description down below, so you can go check it out yourself. If you found this useful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more. Thanks for watching. Bye.